All right, everybody, it's the grand finals time, because we have got Clem versus MaNa. Going to be going on here to determine who gets to win today's €250 first place prize, and of course that chance to play Reynor in that little show match, which has been not gone so hot for Reynor so far. 1 and 2.
I know. I feel like for Reynor, there's definitely something on the line tonight, right? He's 1 and 2 now. It's like, okay, that can happen, but as the final boss, you can't go 1 and 3, right? That's just no, you can't.
No,
so I think
you really can't. So, I mean, I feel like especially if it's Clem as well, I feel like then you get like, you know, another chance to win, because he's only lost to Clem, to be fair. He did beat Hero Marine. So, yeah, we'll see what happens. In the bottom left-hand side, our Red Protoss player is MaNa, looking to give us a bit of a PvZ test against Reynor in that show match.
That'd be awesome. We know that MaNa is capable of great things. Once upon a time, made it to the finals of Austin, and everybody thought he was going to get slaughtered by Zerg. He was up 2-1 and was kind of winning game 4. I'll never forget those lings on Lost and Found running into his natural, running into his main. If that didn't happen, maybe MaNa could have taken a 3-1 lead back then. But we'll see. I do think this is going to be one hell of a task for him, because the man on the right top side of Everdream, Wardi, he's been on fire. He's already won 2 editions of the Xel'Naga Finest, and he's looking for his 3rd. It is Team Liquid's Clem.
Now, guys, very important for you all to know that it is time to win a monitor. So do make sure you type !AOC in the chat, and you can win an AOC monitor today. We will draw
Can I join, Wardi?
Sorry?
Can I join?
I'm gonna join, man. I'm feeling lucky.
I don't know, man. 1 out of 5,000. Hey. Then again, if I can beat Neat, maybe I can win a monitor too, right?
So yeah, make sure you guys do that. But also, please be aware that you need to be here when the finals ends, because if you're not in the chat, you will not. And your name is drawn. This happened last week, like to 2 people. They won and they weren't here. So please be here. Yeah, otherwise, you're gonna win a monitor and not actually get it. So please be here. If you enter that !AOC in the chat and get yourself an AOC monitor, maybe. All right, Wardi.
And that'd be a disaster. That'd just be sad.
Can you imagine you show up like 2 minutes after and everyone's like, you're like, hey guys, what did I miss?
Well, you miss your name being drawn when you won. It's like, no. Nice meme, bro. It's like, no, serious. Take a look at the VOD. It's like, oh, no.
I would never take a break from StarCraft streams again.
I know. I'd be sad. I'd be so sad, actually. That's the worst, because you don't expect to win, so not winning is not a big deal. But if you then did win and you don't claim your prize, that's horrible. Yeah. Anyways, let's focus on this beautiful PvT. I really hope that MaNa is going to be able to push Clem to the limit. One thing that I do expect from this series is fireworks, because MaNa is a crazy player. MaNa is the kind of guy that makes a lot of attacks, and I'm always like, oh, how do you attack right now? You feel so vulnerable at home. But he just knows the scenarios very well. He knows what he can get away with, and we'll see. Then I'm mostly thinking of like War Prism, a gateway kind of play. That's not happening here. We have a Stargate and also a pretty quick robo, a 320 robo behind this. So interesting opening. Clem wants the scout and gets the perfect scout.
Sees everything. Wow, that's just I mean that's everything you dream of with your Reaper right away there. So he'll be loving that as he actually gets down. Don't tell me he gets away with it too. No,
no,
well,
but he might get a probe.
Yeah, he's gonna get a probe. Oh, let's just send you on the high ground.
I'd be upset. I'm not gonna lie. I'd be upset already. Yeah. Did MaNa see that command center being placed?
I think he did.
Well, it's so small that it could have been a barracks, but that should be a command center, right?
Yeah, I think he'll be pretty happy knowing a rough idea of what's going on here. I do like MaNa going Phoenix. We obviously talked about the idea of playing Phoenix against Clem a little bit earlier, and when Showtime was playing against him, and we sort of said, you know, it's the one style that's maybe very good for... oh, no.
No.
It's the one style that's very good for Clem if you actually have Phoenix alive to then defend, but first one goes down. Wouldn't mind Viking combo.
Is Clem just running good in life? Like, what's happening over here? And now he's blocking a Nexus with an SCV 4.5 minutes into the game. The Reaper somehow gets a probe. Okay, Clem is incredibly freaking good at StarCraft, and I will never, ever debate that. But he's also running really good. It just feels like all these little things that shouldn't happen, that it seems like they're just all kind of falling his way at this point.
As the engineering bay gets picked off, I mean, that's just... I feel like that's just adding insult to injury at the moment. Like, you engineering bay blocks at 4:30 in the game.
And that just delayed the Nexus for like 40 seconds.
Yeah, it's the most ridiculous thing, and it actually works so well. Incredible. Especially when Clem's on such a fast 3rd CC of his own.
Yep. I mean, I'm gonna ask you, do you think he's feeling it right now, Wardi?
Yeah, I think he's feeling pretty good.
You don't think he's feeling economically behind?
Well, it's tough, man. You know, your 3rd CC's just flowing out now. The Protoss 3rd is barely started.
Yeah,
it's difficult because when you float that CC, you can't drop the mule from it already.
Exactly. You're not building SCVs for these 10 seconds. I can feel the frustration of Terran players right now as they're watching this game. Yeah. But then I open the income tab and I'm like, you know what? It doesn't look that bad. That blue line looks alright to me, Wardi.
You know why that is though, Roddy? I think it's because Clem's tryharding.
Oh, okay. He's doing his best over here.
Yeah, he's doing his best.
Gerald, what a legend. This is a very random move out, by the way. That's gonna get shot down by one interference matrix. Unless that interference matrix doesn't go off?
Yeah, I mean, there's no stim just yet, so it's a bit of an awkward fight on both sides. Wooden line hits nicely on the Zelty. Double auto turrets, so the Raven will go down to the Phoenix, but obviously against auto turrets, you just back away a moment. Is that enough time to get stim? That'll be close.
What a random move out.
Yeah, not what you really expect to see.
I mean, at least no important units went down there. No Phoenix went down, Colossus didn't go down. But the next time Stim is ready, and this is so dangerous what MaNa's doing, man. Because if these Marauders get on top of the Colossus, I feel like you lose all your momentum, but the force fields go down, so the Colossus stays alive for now. Don't break that force field, don't break it. Colossus
does a good job of staying back as we see the Viking getting one of these nice lifts on these couple Marauders. So the Phoenix taking them out of the fight as well. And this Colossus dealing some major damage, and MaNa's just coming across and putting Clem in some trouble.
Yeah. Imagine if those Colossus were able to get 2 swipes up on all those SCVs that were perfectly lined up. Yeah, MaNa's gonna recall. Okay, that happened, Wardi. This move out happened.
Yeah, and you know the sad thing is though, he actually loses more pros than SCVs he killed, which I think is incredible considering the situation. A Colossus comes chasing in the Warp Prism. That's 2 Phoenix gone. That's such a shame.
I'm not feeling this game for MaNa at all. He actually didn't fix his saturation in the main base either until all of this was done. I think Clem is in a really good position. He's gonna be ahead in workers soon. And that's obviously always a very sweet spot to be in. He's already getting a 2nd starport. But I don't even think he needs a 2nd starport here, because what does he really have to worry about? This is not Phoenix Colossus, because you've killed all the Phoenix already.
Yeah, it's pretty it's pretty rough, right? Like, I guess you just go 2nd starport and mass Vikings and just YOLO onto the Colossus pretty early here.
Yeah, you can definitely do that, because there's nothing to really protect these Colossus, because these Stalkers, they don't even have Blink.
Yeah.
Like, if you look at the numbers in this game, you just yawn, you're like, oh, okay, nice, we've got a nice little PvT going. But in my opinion, this is a disastrous scenario for MaNa. You cannot open up Phoenix Colossus and then lose 4 Phoenixes already, because that's the only thing he had that's going to be really good in shutting down drops. We've seen that earlier today when you play against high-level Terrans and you don't have Phoenix, you don't have Blink Stalkers, it's just not playable. So now he's forced to rebuild Phoenixes, but he's going to have less Phoenix than Vikings. He's obviously down in upgrades. Wardi, hold my hand. I don't like it.
Yeah. It's, it ain't pretty runny. I feel like this happens all the time when people play Clem, though.
Yeah, I know. Except when you're Goblin.
Yeah. And if you're Goblin, this kind of happens, and you accidentally win somewhere along the way as well.
You know, so funny. Goblin was in my chat earlier today. We were talking about the Xel'Naga Finest. And some of the admins of the tournament were there as well. And I was like, guys, are we ready for tonight? And the admins were like, oh yeah, of course. And I was like, okay, as long as we give Goblin seed 1, it's going to be fine. And then someone's like, Goblin's got seed 14 at the moment. And Goblin is like, question mark, question mark, question mark in the chat. And they're like, yeah, Clem's got seed 1. He's like, what do you mean Clem seed 1? I eat that kid for breakfast. I loved it.
I love the player interactions, man. Everyone's such good fun nowadays. It's
Mate,
great.
this army. What's gonna stop this army? Yeah, the disruptive shot, I guess. That's...
Come on, Roddy, let's not lie to ourselves.
I mean, we've got 3 disruptors. Maybe.
Clem's going to wait for 2-2 anyways. A few more Vikings. This Ghost going to join up. Didn't even build enhanced shockwaves.
Yeah, that's one thing, but these Colossus, they feel like sitting ducks to me. I mean, Blink is 10% in. What's going to protect these Colossus from the Vikings?
Absolutely nothing. Zealot run by across the map to buy some time, and well, Vikings going to learn to try and protect that. Good surround with the SCVs to protect. Again, Clem's pulling back. He's a little bit worried about those Zealots, but I do imagine like 2-2 is when he wants to attack here, so it does feel like he's not quite in position that he wanted to be in as he maxes out.
Yeah, he's getting there though. He's getting towards that position. MaNa also knows that this fourth base is very important. He's definitely still not gonna have Blink for this fight. It's the Disruptors, man. That's the only thing that, like, the thing is, Clem doesn't know that these Stalkers don't have Blink. If he would know, he would laugh at this army. Now it's a little more scary because you're gonna be a little more careful with the Viking. Can MaNa somehow buy the 50 seconds he needs to get Blink?
It's gonna be very difficult because Clem is... He's got a mission on his mind, and he's got a few options as well. He sees where the army is. He can go south. He could even go like up and left towards that third base. So that's a possibility. He's playing very safe and pulling back. There are Zealots on his base again, so he has to cancel what is, I mean, a 5th CC. That's really not important.
Yeah, but the Zealots are going to get a lot of SCVs, and that's going to add up eventually. MaNa's doing an amazing time in buying time for himself here. I don't think he should fight. I find that way too adventurous, but he's going to try. Purification Nova goes forward, and he gets a tank. Well, MaNa is making a lot out of very little, and Blink is going to finish up, so that's finally something. He's got some mobility, and maybe snipe those Vikings a bit better. I think if Clem would have gone for like a random bunker at his start with a couple of Marines in it, his life would have been so much easier.
Yeah, he pulled back so much to deal with this Zealot attack. Now the Vikings being caught, and the Ghosts are there as well. Nothing to really protect those. He drops an EMP just to get something out of them. Drops another, but 2 Ghosts go down. Both the high energy ones that were left. And that's obviously MaNa having to run away now, but Ghosts obviously big pickoffs. However, now MaNa's out of position, and Clem's going to start stimming down towards this base. Not going to go all the way, though.
Doesn't feel confident enough. I mean, I am so amazed with how good MaNa has played these last 2-3 minutes, because that was not easy at all. It really felt that he was handicapped there. It felt like his hands were tied and there wasn't much he could do, but he made the best out of very little. Bought so much time with those Zealot run-bys, and now he's maxed out. He's got decent upgrades, you know, we're all tied up. And suddenly I look at this, and the amount of bio that Clem has, and Clem doesn't have any Liberators, MaNa could win the fight. Absolutely.
Zealots into that third base again. That's the sort of thing that keeps Clem busy enough, that gives MaNa opportunities so far in this game. As he goes up this right side, he's going to blink straight onto the planetary force. Now the SCVs waste no time starting to repair it, but Disruptors coming in. It's going to blow up the SCVs, it's going to blow up the planetary, and now Disruptors to cover the bio, trying to run into this as well.
But now he has no shots.
Yeah.
He just fired everything. He just fired everything, Wardi. Oh, he needs to run.
The issue is as well, Clem feels like he's going to collapse from 2 sides, right? And then you're going to have to use twice the Disruptors that you really want to be using. These Vikings could absolutely cut the Colossus off in this as well. Stalkers obviously have the blink.
I mean, the army is already quite overstimmed. First shot is good, second shot is not that great. A couple of shots at the bottom are good, but this army is just trapped. It is trapped in the right bottom side. The recall is going to save literally 2 Disruptors and 1 Stalker. Oh, I mean, getting a base was cool. Getting some SCVs was cool. The fight was just not cool.
Was getting the base cool? I mean, there was a CC to replace it right away. And he still has a CC to take a 5th base with.
You're right, but it's something. Right?
Yeah, I mean, it's something. It's just such an expensive something. Now, MaNa has a lot of money in the bank. Needs to start spending that, rebuilding his store count. He actually has a lot of Disruptors still at home, considering he just lost a bunch. Kind of surprised about that.
More Zealot run-bys. They're going to keep the Liberators busy. I think MaNa can definitely chase his army in the middle of the map right now. Fires a Disruptor shot, gets picked off. The next one, well, actually not connect with anything either. MaNa is playing really well, man. He had an awful start, in my opinion, but he has turned into this. Yeah, he's really turned this into a game.
Vikings in the main base are killing multiple Stalkers that were warping in. Now they're going to be a little bit trapped, but Clem's made his way to the top left, so he's going to find MaNa's 5th base in all of these probes. So he's going to be able to get a base, and that's obviously huge right now.
Yep, that is a very big pickup, especially the 11 probes that he got with it as well. Whew. Just when MaNa was starting to find some momentum, Clem is like, nah, I'm still Clem. But MaNa looks for this army. This army's obviously been overstimmed though. Almost a move command there by Clem. That could have been ugly. Saves the units just in time. MaNa's upgrades did finish up. Don't forget that fight in the right bottom side, it was 3-3 against 2-2. So next time, MaNa's unit should do a little bit better.
Yeah, absolutely. As you're going to be seeing this army coming down the bottom into the center, and the army of Clem trying to find a position. It's obviously tough because the disruptors keep forcing him out of positions he wants to be in.
Pretty awesome first game of our grand finals over here, Wardi.
Yeah, MaNa's really putting up more of a fight than I was going to imagine. You know, I was talking a bit about how MaNa hasn't impressed me the last little while, as that's a dangerous position to stim through. He's going to EMP the disruptors and split from the third one. What a decision that is from Clem.
Perfect. Absolutely perfect. He knows the two he can get, and then he also knows to get away. A couple of Zealots are going to run into the planetary on the top side, but that will get repaired. MaNa had a lot of gas in the bank. That's why he's trying to get these Archons now, but the Liberator is already set up. This does not feel like a pretty fight at all for the Polish Protoss.
Disruptor shot comes in, tries to find Marauders on the right, which it does, but now the Disruptors are being picked up. It was actually the Disruptor that hadn't fired that died first. Colossus from the left-hand side. Is there some sort of hope here as the Zealots warp in? And the Zealots go down so quickly. Liberator repositioning. I mean, at the very least, you've lost all of your tech units as MaNa, apart from, what, a Colossus? Which obviously ain't pretty. And Clem's getting out of there with a bunch of medevacs, saving some of these Marauders, a couple ghosts. Yeah.
That ghost somehow gets a probe. It's like, alright, you're going down with me. Randomly shoots, gets another kill. In the end, it's been good enough for Clem. It really felt that Clem was struggling a bit with those mid-game Zealot run-bys. I was like, Clem, what are you doing, my friend? You were in an amazing position. But after that, he's like, alright, let's get the record straight over here. Let's make a couple of correct decisions again. And then obviously that fight in the right bottom side was massive. Sniping those disruptors, like you said, this is perfect, man. And then ZMP gets two of them and runs away from the third shot, which he wouldn't get on time. And that's sick. He's so sharp. This kid is so sharp.
He really is. Advanced Ballistics is obviously going to be a big game changer for these Liberators. It might not even really come down to that. He's about to be maxed out. Stalkers have to blink back as Disruptor shot fires into the Bio army. And it's just trying to find its way onto this base, which is obviously going to be tough to defend. Even these Liberators without range are going to do a fantastic job of zoning. Those Disruptors just can't get forwards just yet. And if you lose your 5th base again against a 5-base Terran going up to 6 soon, well, I don't need to spell it out for you.
Spell it out for me. Disaster. Spell it out.
I was going for dead.
That's the easy one. I thought you would go for a disaster spelling or something. It's like, alright, let's see if Wardi's still with us.
Disaster with like 5 A's in the middle. It's like a disaster.
Yeah. You're like one of those robot voices. Yeah, Clem is just swinging around at this point. He's gonna set up those Liberators one more time. He's not totally ready for this fight. MaNa, can you make a miracle happen?
No.
Man, do Disruptors really blow up anything ever? Like,
why does Protoss even make Disruptors, you know?
Yeah. I know. You know what's so funny is that like there are 19 games in a row where you feel like Disruptors just don't get the damage done, as Clem is obviously steamrolling MaNa over here, guys. This is the end of game 1. There are 19 games where like every Disruptor shot just completely whiffs and like nothing happens and Terran wins. And then there's gonna be this one game like Showtime against Hero Marine, man, bam, game-winning Disruptor shot. And then people go to Reddit and they're like, can we talk about the Disruptor, guys? Like, I just don't think it's right that one unit can do this. And I'm like, oh, come on. Where are the other games, you know, where they don't do that? And there's a lot of them. Yeah, a beautiful game, I think, by Clem. Just off the get-go, it was a fantastic start. Like I said, struggled a bit with the Zealots in the mid-game, and I think MaNa did a phenomenal job there in staying alive, turning this into a playable game. But maybe... Like, I think when he killed the planetary, I thought that was alright. I was a bit worried when he shot 3 Disruptor shots to kill those SCVs, because I think 1 would probably achieve the same. And then he fired 2 more, and I was like, oh my god, now he's going to have to run forever. And obviously Clem was coming in from every angle. That just, he was cornered, he was trapped. That just wasn't the fight he could have taken. Because if he gets a more normal fight there, where the armies just kind of clash, I actually think it goes pretty decent for him. He might not win it, but at least it's a trade. This wasn't a trade. This was just a disaster.
Well, I mean, he came out of it like even-ish on supply, which I was kind of amazed at. It's just the everything you've got to rebuild. You're right, those 2 Disruptor shots, I kind of like them because I'm like, oh, it's going to keep the army at bay. But the army was already so far away. And then obviously the army caught up before anything came back off cooldown, so... Did not have the disruptive shots he needed. And that means Clem is up 1-0 as we go into Eternal Empire, Roddy, for our second map. This map is really loved by people at the minute.
I know. I mean, in PvT, you know what I want to see? I want to see what basically the opening that Showtime had against Clem on this map. But then instead of making it so hard and going Storm and going 4-base, just sit on a nice little 3-base economy and spam some Phoenix Zealot and just run it in there, you know? If he has Widow Minds, get an Observer, and if he doesn't, just run it in, kill the Manifex with the Phoenix. Because I feel like that's the kind of stuff that Clem often struggles with. Or you play actually Phoenix Colossus, which obviously was the point of MaNa's strategy in the first game. But yeah, you can't really play Phoenix Colossus without the Phoenix. That just doesn't really work.
Yeah. Really doesn't. As you see this refinery coming up to the side. Getting this started off. I'm looking to see where this will go.
So Wardi, well, this game 2 is starting. What do we got tomorrow on the Wardi channel? Reynor plays Protoss Invitational, or what is it?
It's TSL qualifier, man.
Oh, Korea or something?
Korean qualifier starts in 10 hours.
What is that European time?
That's like 9 a.m. Maybe.
Do you think I should play in that, Wardi? A little cross-server action.
Cross-server action at 9 a.m. Yeah, mate. I'm gonna try and do my best to find the button to log on to the Korean server at 8 a.m. So
I actually think I played in the Korean stay-at-home server cup qualifier.
Yeah.
Just for fun, because I was bored and I was like, let's just play and see what happens. I end up playing B and Basset or something, and I'm like,
yeah, I saw this.
Yeah, I was like, I don't want to play these nerds at all. I was like, this is a cool opportunity. I get to play like Zest or something. I love it. Like, no, B and Basset. I was like, come on, Bratons, leave me alone. You know, what are you doing?
Yeah, it's this qualifier is a bit funky in the first rounds of Korea. You find all sorts down there.
It's just a little bit of everything. Yeah. The Lost American, the Lost Peruvian, the Lost Russians, and Wardi.
This game 2 is not going very much in any direction just yet. Very standard across the board, as you kind of expect Eternal Empire to be. Do you think MaNa goes for Stargate? Yeah? You think he plays Blink?
Wait, is that second adept? I think it's well, actually, if it's Stargate, it should have been done already. Wait, what is happening? Other than him losing probes over here.
Yeah, one probe goes down. Reaper. It's gonna play the dance with the Adept Shade. Oh, he's out.
Don't even think about killing that Reaper with your Adept against Clem. So this is Stargate, but is it just me or is this Stargate late?
It feels pretty late. I mean, Stargate's going down when Warp Gate's over halfway done.
Yeah, I don't get it.
Yeah,
I really don't get it. It's like maybe he wanted to get feisty with his adepts on the other side of the map, and he got one SCV, but I don't know. I don't like this start at all for MaNa. There was a time actually where I went for like slightly later Stargate soon. I was like, man, by the time that my Phoenix or Oracles on the other side of the map, okay, I'm lying, guys. It's always. I don't even know like what they're doing, you know, because the medevac could already be on the way, heading towards my base, and then I could have completely missed it. Yeah, I don't know. I don't like it, but let's just see where MaNa takes it. He's gonna go up to 3 bases just very, very quickly. I kind of feel you have to follow this up with Twilight now, right? Because there's no way you can roll.
I mean, if you...
yeah.
Oh, maybe you go Charge, you think?
Yeah, I would have liked Charge actually, but I know Blink is more standard, but I feel like that's gonna hit so late against just Steam Bio. But it is a Robo.
So he's just gonna go fast Colossus off this as well, right?
Yeah, I guess.
I mean, what else can you do? You need some splash damage.
You think he's gonna get Turbulence?
Well, based on today's games, I'm gonna say there's about a 50-50 chance he does or doesn't.
Okay, well, it was a little bit of a supply block, not too big, and finished up, so that's alright, but... Yeah, then I guess it's Phoenix Colossus, It's a very economic Phoenix Colossus. Widowmine drop heads into the natural body, and... Oh, Oracle's in danger too. Everything is in danger. I don't like it.
These Widowmines doing the little Widowmine dance. I mean,
Come on.
That was terrifying.
What are the Phoenixes doing? What? Is that the first Phoenix?
I think it is because the Stargate's so late, and he built an Oracle. Right?
Oh no, now he might actually fly into those mines. Don't fall for it, MaNa. MaNa, don't fall for it.
At least one of them's on cooldown still. MaNa just doesn't actually see the medevac.
That's so funny. What? Why does the medevac see the Phoenix, but the Okay, I'm upset.
Does Phoenix just have no range? Hello?
That's so weird, right?
Is it because the Phoenix is low ground because of its position on the left side? Or something?
I think the medevac just has more range.
Why? That's so OP. The Viking just got the Oracle kill, by the way.
Oh no.
You mean while we're trying to figure this out?
Okay, that Phoenix is gonna move. Oh, I had the feeling, alright. Yeah, is he gonna see it? No, he's not. That was so weird. I didn't even know that's a thing. We've got a Hellion driving in as well, getting a couple of pro kills. I'm just gonna be honest, I hate MaNa's build order.
Yeah.
I hate it.
I mean, I still don't know if I know what he's doing. He's building an Immortal. What's he gonna have?
He's gonna have the worst army ever.
Yeah. Liberator takes a few shots. We'll see. He's getting some damage on the Liberator. It's nice, but I feel like the Marines alone can kind of fight this at the moment. Phoenix is gonna fly in to help out. Loses one.
No.
I mean, there's an SCV here that can actually repair the Liberator as well if it takes the chance to, and yeah, I mean...
Hey, it's Mech, by the way.
Oh, yeah, 2 factories. Wasn't even really looking at the production tab, I was kind of just thinking this fight might do it. Wow, the Immortal goes down.
Gets picked off by the Cyclone. There are not that many Marines left, so that's kind of cool. Obviously, that Widowmine drop could come back. I like how, okay, yeah. Clem is like, alright, this trap is not working. Oh, mines into the natural body.
Yeah, MaNa's pulling probes at the same time, so I don't think he's going to pay attention to those Widow mines are going to get major hits.
Oh my god.
GG.
No. No. I hate this build order, I'm sorry. I hate it.
I mean, I feel like it explains itself. That statement. It's not pretty.
Like, it was core before Nexus. So then, like, maybe, yeah, he tried to get a quick adapt to the other side of the map, tried to delay the commencer, but this is a big map. Like, this is not Everdream, you know, where you can really do a lot. No, I'm just kind of shocked.
Yeah.
I'm shocked and saddened, because MaNa played so good, in my opinion, in game 1, where I think he got a bit unlucky initially, but then he really made so much of very little. I was really proud of how he survived for a while. I was in a dicey position, but yeah, this game... I had zero faith, zero confidence, and that's kind of what it turned into.
It feels like such a crazy swing from like one game to the next, right?
Yeah, it's like you play so well. He really made it an awesome game, and at one point we did feel that 1 or 2 good Purification Novas, and MaNa could have actually taken that game. And he had that weird move out with the Colossus, but that kind of added up, and he got some value out of all of that. In this game, it just felt there was not a single moment that things were good. Obviously, you can say if he doesn't lose the Oracle to the Viking Widowmine combo, then I don't know. Or Viking, was it just Viking? Viking Cyclone, I guess?
I think there's like some, yeah, I didn't actually see, I was busy looking at the Phoenix and the medevac. I just jumped across to see the Viking getting the final shot, so I think there may have been like just a couple Marines and something like that.
Yeah, so maybe if that Oracle survives, then MaNa can actually defend that push a bit better, and then he's got the 3-base setup. He does have something at least to pin like a medevac down with the Phoenixes if he gets a couple out of them. I don't know. Like, it's always hard to really judge a player's build order by one game. But this, it just didn't really look like it was going anywhere, and it didn't go anywhere, and that's kind of sad. I really hope he can turn it around. In the left top side, we obviously want to see more games of this nerd, because he has played fantastic. He's already made it to the grand final. He wins 150 euros at least. And I would love to see him make that young Frenchman sweat at least a little bit. Representing Team Liquid, it is MaNa.
And looking to be our 3-time champion. In the bottom right-hand side, our blue Terran player is Clem. You know, if he wins this, officially no one can actually do better than Clem in this first season of the Xel'Naga Finest.
I know, they could only tie him. I guess Gabe could tie him, but then if Clem would win
against
the show match again against Reynor, then nobody can actually do better against.
Yeah.
Gabe lost the first show match. Reynor.
That's some crazy statistics, right? Like.
Yep. Hey, don't forget that Sarah even played last week. I really had some hopes. Like, I didn't want to bother Sarah. I didn't want to ask him. but I had some hopes that he maybe would feel super motivated to prove that last week was an accident and that he could still set the record straight. But hey, maybe week 5, Wardi.
Yeah, I think someone said he said somewhere that it went on too late. So
yeah, I mean that makes sense.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, we were sitting here last week at 1 a.m. or something, right? And that's
pretty
for
late.
Cyril that's past 2 a.m. And Lambo already said at Stay at Home Story Cup that Cyril likes to go to bed around 10 p.m., 10:30 or something. That's when he shuts down the computer. So I understand if that's the rhythm that works for you, if that's the schedule that works for you. You know, staying up till 2 a.m. is just not for everybody. You gotta respect it.
I mean, especially when he doesn't, need to play all the online tournaments. He doesn't need to change the sleep schedule to make it work, right?
I also think that he will be able to pay rent without winning the Xel'Naga Finest. You know,
yeah. I think he's
close
doing
to
all right.
$1 million in StarCraft. Like, I think he's kind of okay.
Yeah, I don't think he's sweating too much just yet.
And I'm sure that he would love an AOC monitor, but I think he can also afford one, so it's a little different for Yona.
Of course, guys, exclamation mark AOC in the chat. If you haven't already done it, if you've already done it, don't do it again. You will have your message deleted. I don't actually think there's any negative effect, but do exclamation mark AOC and enter. This might be your final chance. We will be drawing a winner, and be here. Please don't go AFK. If I see one more person not win their monitor that they won, I'm going to be really sad. So, yeah.
So do we, when do we do the drawing? The announcement? Is it right after the show match? Or?
Between the finals and the show match is when it's drawn.
Okay. So in just a couple minutes.
Well,
maybe. No, I didn't mean it like that. No. That's not what I meant, I promise.
Yeah, I mean, it's... last week it took a little while longer, so we announced it after the first game of the show match, but it should just be drawn as the final ends, basically, and then as the show match starts, we can announce it. If the person who wins it is here to pick it up.
Oh, that was cool, by the way. Clem faked a little Banshee opening.
Yeah.
I don't know if that Phoenix actually saw the tech left. Maybe he wanted to go Banshee, but then he's like, if it gets scouted that quickly, I don't want to go Banshee. I don't know. But we saw a Cloak on the production tab for a split second there.
He did have a Banshee building as well, which makes you think he did want to go Banshee, right?
Yeah.
Because you don't need the Banshee to build to fake it.
I just realized that we got robbed of our mech game. Like, Clem won before he even made mech, but he technically played mech.
Yeah, it was like I said in the game. I wasn't really paying attention to the production tab because I had a lot of belief in the army. Yeah. Clem plays a little bit of mech on Eternal Empire and TVP, apparently. It's, I mean, it's kind of the map to mech on, to be fair. Especially TVP. It's nice. You can't really get busted down on 3 bases, which is one of the bigger issues with mech in TVP, so...
Also a good map for carriers, though, Wardi. Be building carriers.
It is. It is indeed, but that's also a good map for Thors.
You know, this is a random story before this game really picks up. Because we have a RoboBay on the way, and it seems like the medevac is just kind of chill. Well, maybe it's not chilling. This would be a really good moment to go into the main. Because there's no blink, Stalker's way out of position. Clem doesn't know this, but... And I have a... Okay, medevac... God damn! Ah! It's like I want to tell a story, Clem.
Just
stop moving your medevac.
Okay, he's going for it. Oh, MaNa sees it as well, so the Widow Mine and burrows, and he's going to kill 1 probe. All of this, Roddy, you didn't get to tell your story because of... Well,
the probe's coming back!
Ooh, okay. That 1 probe goes down. And now the natural.
Hello? Why is this going in slow motion and it's working?
Oh my god.
What?
That could have been worse.
It felt like that medevac was actually sitting next to your stimulator for like, oh no, and now no! The observer goes, no, Wardi! I don't want to be part of this.
Maybe you should have told us the story instead, Roddy. Maybe none of this would have happened.
Medevac comes back, drops the mine.
It's not even on cooldown.
It's not able to fire yet, but...
It's going to be able to fire before the Stalker's killed.
Oh my god, no.
Retargets a few times.
Yeah, he's just showing off. Oh my god. No! 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 This is... Can we report Clan to the local authorities?
Right click.
This is inappropriate behavior, okay?
Oh man, he had so much fun with the first one, he's dropping 3 more.
Yeah. Like, I don't know if there is a crime to it, but I'm pretty sure that this is not legal in some countries, okay? You cannot do this in the grand finals of a tournament against somebody who has played amazing StarCraft to get here, who played fantastic StarCraft in game 1. This has been my worst cast ever. This has been Roddy saying, "Oh no," for 7 minutes. No! Okay.
that would have been an amazing clip though, Roddy.
Yeah. We have bio units running to the other side of the map. Raven auto turret harass going down in the natural. No, the army is misrallied. Okay, drops a force field. Zealots don't have charge. There is a cannon and a battery. But I have the feeling that Clem can run into the natural and win this game.
Yeah, he will not. He's going to give MaNa a little bit of extra respect than that. Observer does see the army too, so MaNa would at least know which way Clem's going to run. And he's up to 2 Colossus. And hey, he's got Thermal Lance.
And hey, he lost 8 probes in the main base. What is happening? I know. Like, the Colossus can obviously do good with force field. Hey, he gets the medevac. Yes. Yes. Oh, wow. He had enough of this harass and now he's getting a Stargate. This is not a moment normally where Protoss players get a Stargate, okay? Wow.
No, it's really not.
This is the ultimate compliment that Clem can receive. That MaNa had this... MaNa is so fed up with the medevac harass and the medevacs just idling that MaNa is just going to build a Stargate when you can really not afford to build a Stargate, by the way. You can see in the army tab. At least the Observer does not get picked off yet. You know, MaNa, he's sitting on his static defenses. I feel like we are 1 Doom drop away, though, from this being a disaster.
Yeah, it feels like Clem's just waiting for the moment, right? He's building 4 Vikings at a time. MaNa's going to build the Fleet Beacon, Roddy.
What? For what?
Well, I was hoping you would tell me.
I mean, yeah, there are moments where I'd say Phoenix range, but... Carry? Wait, he made a second Stargate, he cancels the second Stargate, he makes a second Stargate. Carry us then, I guess, but he's got no air upgrades. I don't know, man. I refuse to... Can I just, like, tell my story?
Yeah.
No. Obviously, guys, this is the grand final to Xel'Naga Finest, and MaNa has played really good StarCraft to get here, but Tempest, he's gonna have an army that's made out of paper.
I feel like paper that's been running into the tap as well. It's gonna be wet and soggy. It's gonna rip apart real easy.
Like, he's gonna get some... This feels like I'm watching King Cobra, you know, the Russian YouTube memer who uploads every victory he gets over people. Because he likes to play, like, a lot of cannons and then burst and disrupt this, but... MaNa looks at his army and he's like, oh, that's it? It's like, okay, where is the flank? Is there a flank? No, there is no flank, Clem. Clem has already won 2 editions of the Xel'Naga Finest, and Wardi, I think he's about to pick up victory number 3. Because his army will not get stopped.
It will not get stopped at all. Believe it or not, that 1 Tempest will get shot down by the Vikings. A shock, a horror, I know. There's a few Zealots on the ground trying to run forwards. They're all concussive shelled. And the 3rd base begins to drop. And Clem makes this one look rather easy, unfortunately. As he's just going to come on through, probe after probe going down. And as you mentioned, he's going to win his 3rd edition. He's going to get his 3rd chance to fight Reynor. Our weekly Clem-Reynor matchup is back on the table. GG and Clem takes game 3. And the finals, the tournament, 250 euros. Pretty much everything he possibly could take in this event.
Units lost in the final game, 85 against 33. 8,700 resources went down for MaNa, 2,800 for Clem. 6k, a 6k difference, Wardi? Like, Clem is playing out of his mind. The kid is just amazing. Clem is fantastic at StarCraft. We know that. I don't really know what to say. We need to find new words to praise this young man, because MaNa is an amazing StarCraft player and obviously played great StarCraft to get to the grand finals today. And Clem just looked like he was on a whole nother level. It's insane.